What's up, Cowboy fans? It's your homeboy Cowboy Crunk coming to you from Manama, Bahrain. That's Naval Air Station Bahrain here in the Middle East. Hey, you know, when you work so damn hard, you got so much going on, you don't even realize it's a 3-day weekend. This is Columbus weekend. Government employee, got a holiday, baby, so it'll give me a little bit of rest before the Cowboys game. Let me do a little bit more research, but that's how hard I've been working here. It's a tough job, but getting into the Cowboys situation, it's tough to get the studying in needed right now to get these videos kicked out, but I'm doing my best. Guys, please hang in there with me, and I'll try to get the content, you know, as solid and as thoughtful as possible. I've been trying to do the all 22 chalk talk with Cowboy Crunk. Those are just time consuming. I've been watching the game. I watched the Giants game twice this week with the Rams. And guys, this is not going to be an easy opponent. They gave the Rams a really good fight. I think the Rams have gotten better since our game, and we had a good fight, a good solid fight there with the Rams, and the Giants didn't fall over for them. This is not going to be one of those games where we walk in, drop the mic, and walk out. Even though we are 1-3 and they are 0-4. We cannot overlook these guys, you know, with us expecting to be a Pro Bowl team or Super Bowl team, or, you know, a lot of people expecting us to do well, go deep into the playoffs this year. You know, we thought the issue was, you know, a coaching change is all we needed, and we were going to walk the walk, talk the talk, and go deep into the playoffs, and we have not done that yet. So, want to get over a few things. You know, as Cowboy fans, I think we deserve better than this. Everything that's been going on this week and last week and the whole season in particular, you know, it's not being put together well, and it's the offense is just, you know, having to tear it up. The defense is stinking it up. And now there's some music coming on from downstairs. Glad I put the headphones on for the video. Some of the things we're looking at, special teams, we thought there would be immediate change on that. There hasn't been much change. It looks the same. We've had some fake punts that didn't work for us. We've had, you know, Tony Pollard back there looking miserable, looking confused, looking like he doesn't belong back there at all. I hope they make a change at that position. I love Tony Pollard, want to get him on the field at running back, but that's going to be difficult as well due to the offensive line and the use of Ezekiel Elliott as for pass protection. Tony Pollard's just not that running back to handle pass protection like Ezekiel Elliott. One thing we're going to have to do, we're going to have to keep Daniel Jones in the pocket. Daniel Jones and Lamar Jackson are the two quarterbacks that lead their team in rushing. In the whole NFL, two quarterbacks lead their team in rushing. And I don't know why Daniel Jones is able to do what he does. He hangs in the pocket. He has really good pocket presence. And then when he needs to get outside the pocket, he does. He'll stand back there. He will hold the ball too long. He has a tendency to hold the ball a little bit and wait for his receivers. That's going to give us the opportunity to get after him. But he's very smart. He'll step up and he will take off. And he averages about 30 yards a game right now on the ground. So got to be careful for Daniel Jones. He, like I said, moves in the pocket. He holds the ball a little long, but he will take off and run with it. The O-line for the New York Giants is not horrible. They're having some issues with young guys that they've drafted, not working out as well as they wanted. But like I told you guys, these young guys, especially on the O-line and the D-line, they just take a little longer to get that man strength. It's not like a corner or a safety or even a linebacker to a certain degree or extent. That position's more on speed and finesse and hitting. These O-linemen, it's a lot of it is power, and power can take over for technique. So if their technique is weak, as they get older, they'll pick up the technique, but they've got to get stronger, and that's the weakness of the Giants' offensive line. That's why the running game really has not been there yet. Just the line is not strong enough yet. So hopefully we'll get some advantage there on the defensive line. Hopefully our defensive line will show up and play our first game that really, where they they look well up there up front. Besides Aldon Smith, if Aldon Smith makes that play last week, man, I really feel bad for the guy. He came around the end there on Odell Beckham Jr. If he makes that play, I think we win the game. But he was in position. He was where he was supposed to be. He just got juiced by a player that's been on the field every week, pretty much, other than injuries, for the last few years. And no shake or poke at Aldon Smith. He's played well. He's played great. He was in and when that play came around the corner and I saw Aldon Smith there, I said, "Oh yeah, oh yes, light his ass up." And he made a good play. He made him go wide. He did his job. He at least made him go wide and made him go 7-8 yards deep, and that should have given our defense plenty of time to get over there, battle through those blocks, and make a play. He still should have been tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And Aldon Smith set that up. So, guys, our secondary, our linebackers have got to play better. Our edge rushers have got to contain. They've got to get after it, and we've got to tackle. And Jalen Smith has got to put a helmet, on these guys and make some hits. It's not going down right now the way. And with the comments from Xavier Woods this week, I saw that comment and I hated making that video. I actually made the video the day before. I put one out, but I made another video the day before when I first saw that that comment had only been posted like 25 seconds. And I started making a video and I said, you know what? Let me look into this and see and make sure, and I looked in and I found the video wasn't actually out yet. But I found a couple more clips where comments were made by reliable sources that said, hey, that's what he said. And all I'm doing was checking my Twitter as well. But and when I did the video, I said, I'm not posting this. Hopefully it'll fly under the radar and it won't get out, because that was really a very, very unresponsible thing to say, very irresponsible thing to say, and very immature for someone to come out and say that. It would be almost like you didn't know football. I mean, if you know football as a team sport, you can't say anything like that concerning the rest of your team or yourself. So it makes no sense. You're playing an individual sport and you want to say, it's going to hurt your fan base as an individual. But if you're playing an individual sport and you want to say, sometimes I just don't have it. I don't feel like I'm putting 100%, and it throws off my effort, and then I lose effort. And I just don't play well when I lose effort, and I'm not performing well on the golf course. Different, but a team sport, bro, you can't do that. When other people are relying on you, you've got to give 100%, no matter what the case may be. And on that play where Odell Beckham scored, there was a lack of effort. Guys were flying around, guys were running out of bounds, guys didn't give a shit, and that was a play that could have ended the game for the Browns and turned it around for us. So really, really hope the Cowboys can get this turned around. We haven't seen any roster changes. I'm still expecting them. If they don't make any roster changes after this week, it's just getting to the point. October 29th is the trade deadline. I just don't see a reason to lose draft picks when there's quality guys out there that can come in and help us. There's Pro Bowl players out there sitting on the couch. I say it every video I have to, guys, and I apologize, but I'm going to continue to say it. I think it's ridiculous that they're not making these moves that the Cowboy fans in general want to be made. There's a motivational fact for the Giants this week. You guys know it's a big-time rivalry game. The Giants would love to put another knife in our back, that we've had already this year. We're only one offside kick away from being 0-4, just as they are. We could have easily lost that Atlanta game. We're also just a few plays away from being 4-0. Every game we've been in, and every game we've had mistakes that caused us to lose the game. Mistakes like that, to me, are coaching. When you continuously make mistakes and you don't coach to improve in those areas, the breakdown of the defense, the breakdown of the secondary, the breakdown of the linebackers, it's not getting fixed, it's not getting adjusted, and I put it up on the coaches. And like I told you guys in the other video, My buddy here that's a longtime Packer fan, loves college football, watches the draft, tracks draft players, does all that stuff. He's just as enthusiastic about it probably as I am. On our Cowboys, he's a Packer fan, and he's the same way for the Packers. And he said they were continuously upset by Mike McCarthy's coaching decisions, play calling at time, complete oversight, and having to have a thumb over Aaron Rodgers at the time when he was, by far the best quarterback in the league during that time. I wouldn't say by far, but one of the best, if not the top quarterback in the league. And Mike McCarthy was still completely trying to control him, and it was frustrating to the Packer fans. And that's and it was frustrating to Aaron Rodgers because the defense was always completely horrible. They would have a few players, but the defense was horrible. That's what we have right now. We have a few good players on the defense. We have guys in positions that are good. They might not be playing great, but we're missing. There are holes in our defense, and it takes coaches watching our defense. They come into the game, they game plan against our holes, and that's what our downfall is. We've got to fill those holes. Those holes have got to be filled with better players, and that's why I continue to ride on this, that we don't have the right players in the right position. And then when you have someone like Xavier Woods saying what he said, and obviously he thought that was okay to say. If he thought that was okay to say, that they're 70 snaps, he doesn't give 100% all the time, he obviously knows that other players do the same thing, or other players feel the same way, or he wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that I'm different, I don't play 100%. So there's a lot of things. Jason Garrett being there, he has a very close relationship with Dak Prescott, or had. Not sure if they still keep in touch, but Jason Garrett knows Dak Prescott probably better than anybody else football-wise on this planet. They will have an advantage, and they will take advantage of those things. Jason Garrett knows the things that Dak is good at, knows the things where Dak has his weaknesses. Jason Garrett is going to help their defense to focus on those particular items that Dak, strip fumbles, getting after the quarterback. Dak is going to have to take off and run this week a little more than normal. We've got to get back to using his legs. They've got to roll out. They've got to move the pocket. They've got to move the ball around on the line of scrimmage, whether it's some screens, jet sweeps, a couple reverses, some misdirection plays. One thing I would like to see, this is kind of something different to me. We don't use the fullback anymore. I would like to see Dalton Schultz play a little bit of almost like a tight end type position, where he's in the backfield. He could catch the ball out of the backfield. You could use Zeke as a decoy. He could block for Zeke in the back. It gives you extra protection. He could stay back and block. Ezekiel Elliott could go out for pass receptions from the backfield, have a two-set back, and do a little bit of running game from it. Dalton Schultz is very athletic, very mobile, and just something I thought about, something I hadn't heard or seen another team do, but something that might be a little different, and it might throw a little bit of grease on the fire. Heat things up for the offense, and make things confusing for the defense. Other than that, guys, like I said, we've got a talented team. We're missing it in a few spots. I think the Cowboys have got to address that, especially on the defense. And this is going to be a tough game, guys. This is not an easy win. I expect us to win this game. Since the first game, I saw how we played the first game. The other three games I knew would be close. I expected us to have a loss against the Browns unless certain things were done, and those certain things weren't done. But every game that we've had so far has been very tough, and I've been 50-50 on just how the outcome would come. And I'm definitely that way on this game as well. Not to be negative, guys, it's just the Giants are not as weak as it's being led on for them to be. They really fought hard in that Rams game, and one or two plays in a different direction, and they win that game, and they at least tie it. So Let's go, guys. It's going to game day. We got about 24 hours left till game starts. I'm about to head to the base and do some softball. We got a scrimmage tonight, so getting things out of this COVID, starting to move on from COVID. You know, like concentration camps, which we're stuck in basically, and you know, get out there, guys. Be safe. Wear your mask. Do things right. Social distance, and let's get these damn Cowboys a win.